Alright, so the goal of this video series is to do an introduction to ArcGIS Online and basically work through the process of publishing data, creating web maps, creating web apps, and this generally working inside of this environment. We have a series of videos associated with ArcGIS Online already, but ArcGIS Online actually changes pretty rapidly, so we felt that it was time to do an update relative to the more recent releases of ArcGIS Online. So we're recording this in July of 2023. So if you're watching this video close to that time, probably things will look pretty similar. If this is a little further out, then the videos might be a little dated based on updates. Okay, so the goal of this first video is to just kind of do a broad tour overview of the web-based interface for ArcGIS Online. All right, so I'm here on my organization's landing page. So I'm at West Virginia University. So you can see I'm on the West Virginia University ArcGIS Online organization landing page. I'm also an administrator for our organization, so I have this administrator tab or organization tab. So I can do things like add users, change users' rights, assign licenses, reset passwords, things like that. So we're not going to talk about that in here. Again, if you're not an administrator, you probably don't have this organization tab or all the associated content that's there. I'm also not going to click on gallery because I don't want to show information or data that people in my organization may have shared that they may not want shown in the video. Basically, if you click on this, you should see some kind of recent activity in your organization. So data that people have published, maps that people have created, apps that people have created. In order to actually work with creating a web map, if you click on the map tab here, that will open up the map viewer. We're going to spend a lot of time looking at that throughout the videos. If you've been working with ArcGIS Online for a long time, the older version of the map viewer is now called Map Viewer Classic. That's becoming deprecated, so we're going to focus on the newer map viewer. Scene basically opens a scene view, so it's just a 3D global or local scene as opposed to a 2D map. We're not going to work with like data analytics in here in the web environment, but if you want to work in notebooks, you can store notebooks in ArcGIS Online. So this is similar to the concept of like a Jupyter notebook. This is especially useful if you want to work with the ArcGIS API for Python. You can also publish notebooks from your desktop to online and access these notebooks in your desktop. If you're assigned to any groups within your organization, you can click here to go into those groups and see the associated content. I think you'll have that tab even if you're not in any groups. I'm not sure about that, but I think that's the case. And then lastly here we have content. So if you click on content, this should load your ArcGIS Online content. So I'm in an empty folder right now, but if I go up to all my content, I can see all of my stuff. I've got a good bit of stuff in here. I have 374 items. One thing that I highly recommend is if you're going to use ArcGIS Online a lot, you should try to organize your content into folders. To create a new folder, if you just click on this little Create New Folder button, it'll pop up a window here, and then you can create a new folder. I just created one for this new video series, which I'm calling, let's see here, should be this new ArcGIS Online videos folder, and that's where I'm going to save the content that we're going to generate throughout these videos. So I highly recommend that. If not, it can get pretty messy pretty quickly. All right, we're also going to work in here a lot. We'll talk about how to add new items, create apps, and then once you do have content, just go back here to my main folder. You can click into some content. So let me just click on this web map here, and all of your content is going to have an associated landing page or drop page. And then what's going to be on that drop page is going to vary or depend on the type of object that you've generated. So the type of objects that you're going to see in your content are things like maps, apps, data, service definitions, raw data files that have been uploaded like file geodatabases or CSV files. All right, so before we end this first introductory video, just some notes on some of the other buttons over here. So this bell is for notifications. So if your like administrators for your organization have released a notification, such as for like a service outage, there should be a little blue dot there. I believe Esri notifications also pop up there. You can click here to access other Esri web-based apps and products. And then if you click on your name, you should have some options here. One thing that might be useful is if you're licensing ArcGIS Pro using an ArcGIS online account, if you go to My Settings, followed by Licenses, then you can access the download file for ArcGIS Pro. Again, you'd have to have the license for that available through your organization. Okay, so that was the first just quick introductory video. In the next video, we're going to start looking at the map viewer.